Jesus of Nazareth, or Yeshua, was not a Christian. He was born, lived, and died within the Jewish tradition. His religious practice included circumcision on the 8th day, keeping the Sabbath, attending the synagogue, and celebrating Passover at the Jerusalem temple. According to historical data, he wore tzitzit and observed kashrut. His only authoritative text was the Tanakh, the Hebrew Bible. For Yeshua, the concept of the Old Testament did not exist, as he did not create a new one. All his legal debates with the Pharisees and Sadducees were internal disputes within first-century Judaism, rather than a conflict between a new religion and an old one. The central theme of Yeshua's preaching was not his own divinity, but Malkut Shamayim, the kingdom of heaven. He called for a return to the worship of the God of Israel, Yahweh. In the Gospels, he states that he was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. His goal was a radical reform of Judaism and an emphasis on mercy. He did not introduce new rituals, such as baptism in the modern sense, or communion as an act outside the Jewish context of the Seder. His disciples called themselves Nazarenes and continued to pray in the temple for decades after his death. The split began with the work of Paul. He shifted the focus from the teaching of Jesus to the person of Jesus. To make the movement accessible to Gentiles, Paul revoked the mandatory observance of the Torah. This created a barrier between Jews and the followers of Christ. From that moment on, the Jewish Messiah began to transform into a Greco-Roman savior. The term Christians first appears in Antioch as an external nickname for a group that fit into neither the category of Jews nor that of Gentiles. The final transformation into a world religion occurred in the 4th century. Emperor Constantine used Christianity as a tool for the political stabilization of Rome. At the Council of Nicaea, in the year 325, under state control, the dogmas of the divinity of Christ and the doctrine of the Trinity were approved. Christianity became a state corporation with a rigid hierarchy. In this system, the historical Yeshua was replaced by Christ Pantocrator, a figure legitimizing imperial power. The historical Yeshua is not the founder of an ecclesiastical institution, but a seeker of faith whose views were radically altered by later theology. In future videos, we will continue to reconstruct the true chronology and logic of those events. Subscribe to Grand Politics to separate facts from centuries of layers.